Hello there. I'm Brad Loomis, professional natural bodybuilder and master powerlifter. I'm a contest prep coach for powerlifters and cosmetic athletes with 3D Muscle Journey. I'm also sponsored by AST Sports Science and proud to represent their brand. However, that's not all that I am. I'm also a devoted family man, a CAT scan tech, and a devout Catholic. A life like mine is not at all glamorous, at least not as some would lead you to believe. Don't get me wrong, there are some high points, but it's mostly just a lot of hard work. And it's quite boring, especially for a guy like me, with below average genetics for bodybuilding and only putting up average to maybe above average numbers in powerlifting. However, that didn't really matter to me. I love my life as a family man, and I love my life as a coach. However, I really love to train. I don't train to compete. I compete on occasion because I love to train. And this is my grind. Hey team, so today I'm gonna go ahead and include a little bit of Coach Helm's training regimen that he's got me under right now. In addition to some of the coaching things that seem to be pretty popular right now, I'll include some clips from a Skype session that I'm going to do today. In addition to Coach Helm's training that he's got for me and some training clips that we'll do later on this evening. So first of all, let's go over the coaching that Coach Helms has got for me. Right now I'm in week 2 of 8, and this is kind of our second training block right now. So we went through a first training block of 8 weeks, and now we're into our second training block. So this could probably almost be considered, I guess, week 10, since Coach Helms and I have been kind of going over things. And so the way I've got it outlined here is I've got the big 3 here and then all of our secondary work here. Now, Eric's a little bit more picky in how I get my big 3 work done. He actually wants them done in order, which is fine. I'm okay with that. However he wants to do it is fine with me. And so far this week, this is what he's got outlined for me. I already did the bench work, the first bench item, earlier this week. I got 227 for 3 sets of 7. So I put that there. We'll go ahead and mark that off of the list. And then in addition to that, I've already got done the split squat that he wants me to do, 50 pounds for 3 sets of 10. That's 25 pounds in 25-pound dumbbells in each arm. So we'll go ahead and cross that off the list. So tentatively, right now, what I'm kind of thinking I would like to do today is I will probably mark this deadlift off of the list here. So I guess I'll put a little, oops, that's not going to work. I'll put a little star right here. And really, I think that's all I'm going to do tonight for the big lifts. I think I want to knock out a lot of this accessory work. So I'm thinking right now I'm probably going to go ahead and do my seal row. I'll probably go ahead and do my single arm dumbbell press. And then I'm going to go ahead and do, I don't know if you guys are familiar with how I do my calves here in my home gym, but I've got a little Zercher harness, a little front squat Zercher harness. So I'll probably knock those off tonight. And at least that's kind of what I'm thinking I'll tentatively do. And then basically what I plan to do is just mark these off as I go over my week with you guys, so you can kind of see how I outline it. So that's tentatively what I've got planned. But first we've got work. Go ahead and do a Skype session. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my coaching work, and then I'll do my training later on this evening. Beautiful. Yes. And that was the first thing I thought when I saw your log when you sent me your pre-start data. I'm like, his accessory work is not supporting his goals, and I was a little bit worried, to be honest with you, about introducing new / less accessories, because that's the approach of many of us. More is better. Exactly. More is not better. Better is better,
what we're going to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this week, next week, that's really not even really that important, really. I mean, it has to be done, obviously, but people put too much emphasis on the way things feel today or the way things feel this week. What I want you to really get a mind of is the important stuff. And the important stuff is, how are we going to make this block, this month, this 2 months, this 12-week block of training look and feel? That's the important part. And that's sometimes kind of a hard thing to get across to some people. But that's the purpose of this, is I want you to get a look at this. See how the block, how this entire, what's going to essentially end up being 22 weeks of training is going to look, and how we're going to progress through this, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to structure a specific progression plan for those 3 moves along with their coinciding, rep ranges. And so our accessory work, while we do want to progress, it doesn't have to be in nearly a frequent nor a structured manner. Okay? Because those accessory movements are essentially going to be supporting our main movements. So what I mean by that is on your squat day, if we're doing we're doing some sort of a single leg compound exercise, like a lunge, split squat, etc. Those ones, we kind of just get them done. Okay? Those will probably none of those movements will be in a low rep range. They'll basically, none of those movements are going to be a strength movement. We keep them in kind of like a 6 to 10 rep range, and we progress on those kind of like almost in a monthly format. And it could be a very flat linear progression to where your split squat, you're doing 3 sets of 10 for a month with 30-pound dumbbells, and then the next month you do 3 sets of 10 with 35-pound dumbbells. So it's linear, but it's super flat. We're progressing monthly. And again, we just we don't split hairs on the numbers. 3 sets of 10, 4 sets of 8, 2 sets of 15 to 20, any of those are fair game.
Alrighty, guys and gals, so it's the next day, and I was not done with my training until the wee hours. I want to say it was about probably midnight when I finally got all that work done. So I was too pooped to go ahead and mark things off my list, so I'm going to go ahead and mark them off now for you guys. So the deadlift, got that done, no problem. Went ahead and you know, got footage of all this stuff for you guys. So 370 by a set of 2 and a set of 2. Still pretty much resetting after each of those deadlifts. Got the seal rows done. Gonna go ahead and mark that off. That was 185 by 10, 10, and 10. That was a volume PR. I don't think I've ever done 185 for 3 sets of 10 like that. Got the single arm dumbbell press done. You guys saw that. That was done inside here. That was a 50-pound dumbbell that I got for 10, 10, and 10. And then I got my Zercher calf raises done. That's kind of one of my favorite ways to do calves, to be honest with you. So we're going to cross that off the list. Did that with it's 313 pounds. Usually it's just, you know, rounded to 315, whatever you want to call it. But 313, and then that one there, I'm trying to just go up in a linear fashion. I'm just trying to do more reps each week. So last week I did that 313 for 12, 12, and 12. And then this week it was 14, 14, and 14. So I'm tentatively planning on training today. The weather's real good. As you guys probably saw, it was snowing last night. But it's looking pretty good today. And I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and try to get done my squat. Probably my squat and my bench. And then I'll probably knock off some more of the accessory work. So we'll tentatively plan on doing the squat and the bench. And then probably some of these items like the hammer strength row, the triceps, the weighted lumbar extension, I have to do those at the gym that I train at in Reno. So I think I'm tentatively going to plan on doing the bicep curls tonight. We'll see though. It's a nice thing about this format. I don't necessarily have to do it the same way.